Wow.
Oh, so we're recording, Gordon, huh?
Gordon again, round two.
All right. So we're back again. Freedom 35ers, CNFT podcast. We're back on official, I guess we'd call this episode 1 when in regards to it's our second episode. But yeah, man. So this is happening right now for us.
So this is happening?
This is happening.
Yeah, man. We got a podcast. So guys, what are our thoughts on this? This is kind of crazy. I know we've been talking about this for a long time in our group chats. And last week we decided to hit record and see what happens, and it's out now. So TJ, what are your I guess we'll go to you first. What are your thoughts on this so far?
I mean, I'm just impressed we're doing it back-to-back weeks. I was surprised we were able to get together a second week in a row to do this. Right. I was also excited to see how many views we had right from the jump. I thought that was, it's nothing crazy, but I thought it was a lot more than what I was expecting, which was nice to see, of course.
Like the 14 clicks for each of us that we all did.
Yeah, you said
whoa, we're supposed to tell them. Yeah, I did like 9 clicks. Made sure it ran for like 30 minutes, then I turned it off.
Hacking the YouTube algorithm.
Exactly.
So what about you, Tom?
Oh, well, I mean, even after we did the first one, since it was our first time doing that, I was excited because it went, it just felt great. It went well, and it was pretty much what we wanted. So seeing some people actually get involved and retweet it and be excited for the next one, I'm excited to do this. So
absolutely, yeah. I couldn't agree more.
And we're getting this format thing down and starting to try to put this thing together. I know I already skipped over our intro that we did from the beginning on this, but again, I'm TOMMY, also go by Tommy. This is Lazy T, also goes by TJ, and then Lavish Bear. Today, the most lavish of bears, it goes by Tom. So yeah, man, we're a CNFT podcast. We're starting some stuff up in the space, some conversations, news, upcoming projects, just normal people in this crypto space and learning this NFT world. So we're excited to start talking a little bit and getting to know the community, put ourselves out there, and then hopefully contribute to this space in some capacity here.
I just think it's kind of crazy how we just started this, not this podcast, but we just talked about cryptocurrency, like 4 years ago, 2017, when it all just stemmed from like Tron, Ripple, and all the other coins that we were trying to get into and thought we were getting millionaires the next week and quit our jobs. But obviously it didn't happen, but it was just cool. It was a fun ride. It was, like you said last week, it was just, scary to, where am I sending my actual money to? What is this coin? Like, what is the actual utility of this coin? And of course, back then we didn't know what utility was. We were just, we heard it was a good coin, it was gonna make us some money, so let's buy it. And then we kind of just stuck with it a couple of years, like you said, and just we're talking about other coins and other stuff going on. We even got in a little bit of stocks. Tom would send stock information that this is supposed to be really good this week, and then I don't know, just kind of just stem from there.
Well, and I mean, besides the crazy stock things we pretty much saw during the pandemic, the crypto space and the NFTs now are really the only way you could, from our age, get to Freedom 35. Because I guess I think it was 2016, the fall. It was like October when we first did XRP, and it was December when it went up to like $3, like into January. And
that was 2017. We talked about this on the last episode too.
I'm pretty sure it was December 2016, but
it was 2017.
Either way, with our age, to get to like, Freedom 35, where you can, somewhat retire or be set when you're 35 years old, long-term stocks and things like that wouldn't work. But with NFTs and cryptos, that's actually a possibility. We're seeing people do that already. We've seen those tweets where people are like, yeah, I bought this for 150 ADA 2 months ago, just sold it for 20,000 ADA or 500,000 ADA.
Well, 4 years ago too, 35 was a lot farther away than it is now for us.
No,
that's true too.
We're getting ever so close. I got a couple more years over here. I better be up to the fucking moon right here.
You're at the doorstep, Tom.
That's why I had to introduce you guys to the CNFTs and just be like, guys, look, it's taking a little bit longer than we thought. Let's put a little hyperdrive on this rocket ship right now. Yeah. So so we all, again, the Freedom 35ers was born from that group chat of Binance and XRP and trying to get to the moon on some of these coins. And then fast forward now 4 years, we've resurrected the chat, and it's been focused primarily on crypto. And then in the last, I'd say about two months now, it has been shifted like solely on these CNFTs. and NFTs. Our group chat has been taken over. So it's really kind of crazy to see. And then now you're starting to see just ever more of the mainstream media starting to poke their way into NFTs more and more. My dad actually sent me an article today because I've been telling him about it. You got to get in these. You got to get in these. Just buy something.
Yeah.
And he sent me an article today. I don't know if it was in the Wall Street Journal of Martha Stewart is selling holiday NFTs for Halloween.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
And
I didn't see that. Yeah.
I mean, she talks to Snoop Dogg. Look at Snoop Dogg's profile picture. He's got
he loves NFTs.
Big into it. So I'm assuming that they're all, so it's making its way that way, and it's getting bigger and bigger. So the thing is that nobody's really on Cardano yet. I mean, there's a dark horse, but it's still nobody's really big projects, reacting too much into this yet, except.
Well, at least once a week, you see like a celebrity or athlete say, hey, I want to get an NFT today. I've been hearing more and more about it. What should I get? I mean, I've seen that tweet all the time, every week of someone different and new wanting to get in with the NFTs because they're seeing the, the hype around it. They're enjoying the pictures and the art that these artists are putting out there. So I just think that's pretty awesome that celebrities, athletes, what have you, are really getting into them now.
Yeah.
What's his name? Just wanted one. You were just interacting with him, Tommy. The Wolf of Wall Street. He's going to buy an NFT.
Yeah, we'll talk about that here in a little bit, and when we segue into some news. But there's definitely a request for a lot of celebrities out there. I guess right before we turned on this podcast, we saw Mike Tyson acknowledge the Fettuccine out there on the AngelBabyHitSquad, which is, I think he's the creator of the Shapes ADA project, which is actually a really cool project as well. And now they're making a project called AngelBabyHitSquad on Ethereum, and they're paying out rewards, if I believe, in ADA to try to bridge the gaps of the two communities to get a little bit more acknowledgement. So the fact that Mike Tyson even responded to that is awesome.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Great.
And then, same thing as well. Joel Madden, I think I called him McFadden last episode, but Joel Madden with GoodCharlotte, who has partnered with Claymates to go ahead and do the GoodCharlotte drop in the Halloween. I've seen him a lot, and actually a bunch of Twitter spaces that that people in the community have been starting. I jumped in one actually last night with a few different people, and he was just in there kind of giving a state of the market update on NFTs and where these things, how early we are and why Cardano is kind of the next platform that makes sense for a lot of people to go to. And it was crazy because there was like maybe 60 people, 70 people in there, and anybody, anybody could have asked a question out there. I got in there a little bit later, tried to throw a request in, and, it was a little bit out of time, but next week, they're like, yeah, just jump in. We'll get you guys your questions. You can interact. So it's crazy the access you have to some of these people, because it is still like, I think there was a tweet out there earlier. This is the biggest, smallest community out there right now. You have direct access to all these content creators and celebrities and all these people because you have a shared interest in this small space that the mainstream hasn't seen yet, which is pretty cool.
And not only that, though, too, like even you personally have seen a couple of the artists actually responding to you multiple times on different occasions to things that you've said or have posted. So I think that, like you just said, it's a small community, but it's a big community in that aspect, as far as there's a lot of Cardano people in a small community, because not a lot of people still really know about it yet. We're still very, very new with the CNFTs, which it's exciting to see where it's going to go.
I think we talked about that some last week too, where whether it's Discord or Twitter, where they're mostly active. If you say something or comment on something, you're most likely to get a response and be able to actually interact. And then that works even better if they need feedback on a project or how something went, you can actually get in touch with them and have them reply to feedback and incorporate that into the next drop or whatever it is, their roadmap.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And it's actually kind of cool because it kind of comes full circle of just how the community is in general about helping others out and starting to grow. I think, like we said, we actually got our first actual watch and shout out from Artaphakt over on Twitter. He asked about our podcast in his Discord, and I sent it over to him. And next day he's like, "Hey man, I watched that. It looked really good. Congrats. And here you go. Here's a shout out," which was really awesome. He didn't have to do that, but it was nice to see that he did do that. And it comes back around because I knew he was one of the first guys that I had done, and that, like I said in the first episode back in early August, was one of the first mints. And I was always there to support the project. And he goes, "No, it comes right back around." So it's kind of cool to see that camaraderie that's building within the community, even for people like us who are just starting up.
And I remember you were interacting with him a lot even before we even did this podcast. You were, genuinely talking to him quite a bit about all of his projects. Every time he's had one in his Discord, you're interacting with him. He responds to you, which is, I think that's really cool to see from one of the artists that, take the time to talk to the fans about his art in a sense. So
yeah, I think he grew, man. He was like 200-300 followers when I first got on there. And I think he's 2,000 plus now, something like that. So he's grown incredibly too. And he's doing awesome work and being able to start to branch off and do new things that he's got going on. He just did an auction with the Peaceful Diamond, which is like I don't know if I'm fully on this, but it's an unsig that lined up perfectly as like a diamond on there. And he did his own spin on that. And they just auctioned one off yesterday for like 110 ADA over on Token. And he's got a few more that are releasing another 5 or 7, something like that. So they're he's growing. And then like I said, the other one that we just got a shout out for, who reached out to me last night, was the Resigned, who did, like I said, the refactor, the moss that he does, or the with artifacts moss, he does the resigs. And those things are awesome as well. It's like the kaleidoscope ones that we were talking about. He also does music with a guy named Crab in a Lab. And they do so it's background music to those things too. So it's kind of cool. He shouted us out as well. And so it's cool to see the recognition from people like that. And it makes me excited for us to be able to grow in this space and get to be able to talk to these people on a personal level and just get to know them as well. So that is really cool. And then transition into a little bit of news. There's been so much news going on this week, man. It's hard to keep up. It seems like everything and anything's happening. And I guess one of the things that happened over the weekend that I think is happening more and more in this space is just some of the projects that are launching, the quality of these things, and people not doing their own research before looking into these, and then just minting just on the fact that they're going to 100x their project, and they get not rug pulled, but basically come to find out that these projects are nothing at all but a copy paste job or stock artwork.
Not the original artwork at all.
We could use the Billionaire Bears Club. You can use that as a perfect example. I don't know if you guys saw any of that this week.
That was the most recent one, at least.
Yeah, for sure. That it was a lot of chatter with that for sure.
Right when it came out, pretty clear.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, to be honest, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, it looks pretty cool. But obviously I didn't do any research on it. I just going off of the picture. And then of course it, came to light that it was an actual stock photo from something else. I just flipped it, added a couple things to it, and
you thought it looked cool.
It was the base bear.
TJ thought it looked cool because TJ saw I think he was following it at the time. I'm like, bro,
I was
Billionaire Bears Club, and TJ loves those profile pictures.
Dude, I love those little cartoon pics. I don't know why it gets me every time.
That one was a little rough looking. Even like the extra attributes and like accessories were a little.
They painted the shit out of those things on there, man.
When I see some of these, it's like 3 a.m. I'm half asleep rocking a baby. Okay, so I am like half asleep looking at these. I'm like, oh, it's kind of cool. Billionaire Bear Club. Okay, got it.
I was like, and then they come to find out they were using all these in it. Yeah, so I think it's very imperative, but at the same time, it also is a testament to where the market for saying CNFTs it really is, because when it was first going on, about the first, I'd say, month or two, as it got more and more popular, everybody that you saw the same people in all the branding projects. It was mint after mint. It was the same people, and they were there, and some were making really good money and really good ADA off that stuff by flipping it. But eventually everybody starts to do that because they want to make, when it gets popular, it gets too big, eventually that's going to not happen anymore. And, that community is shrinking down, or people are doing more research and not just blindly jumping into these 10K mints. So you're definitely starting to see that. And Tom, I think you alluded to it last week in regards to the Mutant Crocs not selling out on their drop. And I know personally, I was actually looking at a project that I actually do like, but didn't sell out any of their stuff too, was the Anadrax. I think that was the monsters that are making a video game right now. I think I'd sent you guys a while back.
You did, yeah.
They do a lot of community members too. They base their characters off community members from the CNFT world. But those things sold out the first day in a few hours when season 1 dropped, and now just nothing. Even without all the hype, it's hard to sell out any of these drops for these people. Because people either are holding up because they don't have the ADA anymore, or they're sitting back and waiting to see what happens. So.
And think about the Mutant Crocs too. Like even after that happened, they're still very, very active with their community and their members, and they're doing drops. If you're just for holding the Croc, they're going to give you a free Croc or a chance to win a Mutant Croc, and a lot of other utility. I was reading about it too. So they're very, active, like I said, with their community. which is nice to see. I mean, it's unfortunate they didn't sell out, of course, because like you said, there were so many drops that day. We were just hesitant about it. And I don't know. I have one obviously now, but
Oh, I have a few of them as well, but they did connect with their NAMI wallet function. You're starting to see that a lot more in the community. People are starting to introduce, ever since Spacebud launched their actual marketplace with smart contracts, you're starting to see more of these marketplaces start to develop. Two examples are like we were just talking about now, Tom, was the Cardano apes that just launched their marketplace today. And not just for Cardano apes, but also for all CNFTs that want to get onto that website.
Anything can go on there now. Yep, they can all get verified and be sold on there,
which is crazy. And again, it's not perfect yet. I know they're having some minor issues and things like that as they figure out and roll it out. And then other things that are allowing you to connect your wallet is, again, with the mutant crocs, you're able to actually connect your wallet, NAMI wallet, to that and see your actual crocs that are in your wallet. And I'm sure there's some sort of functionality that I don't know about yet that they're doing with that. But there's also another one, which is why I finally derped into DerpBirds this past week, and because of the incubation feature that they're doing. They're allowing you to connect your wallet and actually incubate one of your birds and get an egg and wait 2 weeks and be able to hatch a baby derpling. So the price of theirs, which I was resisting them for so long because I was like, I don't know about them. It's just another project. And then their community that's a true testament to a good community. They've been there when was it the Nomies or not Nomies, Gingerbread.
Was it Gingerbread? I was going to say, they came in like not even their community at that point. It was Gingerbreads, and they, proved how good they were at that point. Showing that they could, hey, come join us. See what we're all about, and that built from there. That's all I hear now is about the DerpBird community. I barely, besides just seeing the NFTs, all you hear about is community all the time.
Yeah, they were swapping gingerbreads 1 for 1, like just for free, just because they thought, which is not now. They later found out, but they thought the gingerbread was a rug pull at the time, so they were swapping the one gingerbread for a DerpBird. They got so many requests that they had to stop it for a bit. And then a couple of days later, of course, the gingerbread community came back. But I thought that was really cool of them to do for the people who bought the gingerbreads.
You got an epic one, Tommy, right? Your new DerpBird.
Yeah, I did buy a brand new one. I don't know. Again, I like being able to mess around with my screen sometimes there. I don't know if you can see these things. But anyway, yeah, I did mess around and ended up buying a DerpBird. I think this is what he looks like. Can't exactly see him, but he it was a little epic one that he did. And I think the epic, rare, scarce, and mythic ones, or whatever they are, can all do one incubation, and then the uncommon and commons can do up to 7 or unlimited. I can't remember. So it's kind of cool, and you got a rare chance with those higher ranked ones to get a better baby one, derpling on that. So yeah, I decided to jump in. I support anything that has a good community. So absolutely. I was also had a little bit of FOMO too, where I kept seeing it. I'm like they were just there on the side. I've been waiting and waiting and waiting. I'm like, fine, all right, I'll go in, and I decided to jump in. So yeah, man, it was kind of cool to grab some of that stuff. And now I feel like it's like kind of like our crypto journey, how we talked about it. We said we Safe Moon back in Aprilish time, and it turned, all the meme coins came out after that, and everybody was jumping in every single one. And there were videos going to the moon, 1000x, 100x, whatever it was, YouTube videos, thumbnail clickbait. That's all the industry was for a while. And then everybody who's been in it for a while now is like, hold on, let me actually find coins with utility and actually invest my money into good projects. And I think that period is starting to find its way right now for the people who have been in it for a while. They're not just jumping into every single one right now, and they are starting to reinvest into these quality projects because it's paying off. You can see over the long run.
You can, at least see that there's some value, especially like DerpBirds has been out. I mean, and it's all moving so fast. It feels long ago, but Gingerbreads was 3 weeks ago, maybe. How long has it been now?
Yeah.
It hasn't been that long. Yeah. And the community is so tuned in and seeing some of these scams that, they usually just release a couple preview pictures. So when the actual drop happens and people start posting the real pics, people are on it right away to do like the detective work and see, all right, look, this is where everything was stolen from. All the hats are fake. The base picture is fake. So like you can reinvest in DerpBirds knowing it's been out for 3 weeks, and you don't just see people talking about how everything was stolen and fake, and the community's still active and engaged, and so are the creators the whole time. So, I mean, you can feel safe in doing that and have confidence.
Oh yeah. And I think it pays, like you said, to do your own research in this space right now, because everybody and anybody is looking to make some money, and unfortunately they will get people, if they aren't paying attention to some of this stuff, especially since it is brand new, and we are still kind of in that wild west stage without smart contracts in a true marketplace enacting that and protecting buyers from those kind of things.
I'm a victim of that. They've gotten me a few times now.
Yeah. Well, what we talk about today, my brother, we may have him on the show here one of these times. He's kind of like the crypto noob. He's like, he just heard, oh, y'all making money on there. How do I do that?
Yeah.
So we've set him up with the Yoroi wallet, and he's bought a couple things, like the baby aliens. He just bought actually the new buddies, the Ada dolls. He ended up getting one of those the other day.
Thanks the Buddy Yummi collab, right?
Yep. Yeah. And they're doing a cool thing. I'm actually trying to collect I think there's 6 or 7 of those things right now. So I'm working on doing that. But yeah, he jumped in, and he was basically like, hey guys, he texted in the group chat. He goes, hey, I thought, did someone steal 28 of my ADA? Did I just get hacked? So he still has no idea. There are people out there that are still like, are clueless to, how some of this stuff works still. So you just got to it's like job for everybody out there to educate, and hopefully, this stuff won't happen. It doesn't give it a bad name, and people don't lose all their stuff. Oh, yeah. So yeah, the community aspect of CNFTs is definitely it's cool to see everybody starting to come together. And I just on a lighter side of things, how about the community side of things? What about our boy Eltano from the Tree Court? You guys any Trees fans in here?
Oh my gosh, that was pretty funny what he posted this weekend.
I'm gonna go ahead and share the screen just because he kind of went viral and became his own meme, and the world kind of got introduced to Eltano. I've been in the Trees Discord since midday, and he just kind of blew up inside of there as like the celebrity figure inside of it. And anybody who has no idea who he is in there is just so confused when he first comes in there. He's stuck in caps lock. His Nokia 3310 is locked on caps. His wife left him, and all he has is his trees and his bros. And he went live, he responded to a comment in the Tree Discord that went viral inside the CNFT world. And let me see if I can share it right now with you guys.
I think Tom shared it originally.
Well, I was going to say, I found he's become so big that we actually found him separately. Like I saw that it was going viral on Twitter and posted it in our group chat.
Yeah.
And Tommy, you already knew all about him. You're like, yeah, no, I'm in the Trees Discord. This guy's a legend over there.
Yeah, he's like you said, it's funny to see people who have no idea. Like, and again, I think that even the creator of Unsigs, actually went back and forth with them, and he got into the Unsig Cord, and I'm pretty sure he was gifted an actual Unsig from them, from these interactions. So if you need a community hype man or inside of there, Eltano's your guy. He's just he's your bro.
What was the other Discord too that you had joined in for a drop, and he ended up showing up in there? This was still back, I think, early days. And everyone from the Trees Discord knew who he was right now. I think they were like just spamming him with emotes and stuff like that.
The crowns, the trees, the emoji. That was he jumped in. The one that I saw was the refresh.
Okay, yeah,
drop.
yeah.
He dropped in there. He's like, "What's up?" He just went off in his
all caps lock, yeah.
And everybody from the Trees who was in there just hit him with all the emojis. Everybody else was. I think the creator, the guy, This Crazy Life, actually looked at it. He's like, hi. Okay. He was like, who is this guy?
It's taking over.
Just jumped in here. But I mean, even to talk about, the funny thing is the reason this thing I did blow up, because yes, it was funny. It wasn't exaggerated as hell. But at the same time, it is the total sentiment of what some of these people are trying to do. Again, when's the roadmap? When's metaverse? But when am I buying this? Is this going to become legal tender? My favorite one in there, which everybody now says to him, is like, can we race them? Like everybody always asks, can I race these trees? Like if it doesn't 1000x after an hour, I'm done. I'm out. I'm going to sell it for 8 ADA. And I think that's where
big shot flipper,
big shot NFT flipper. So he became his own right. And I think the community got introduced to Eltano, which is still hilarious to me. And one day I'd love to have Eltano on this show just to talk about with his bros, his kings and or queens. We actually, Tom, was going back to where we were.
Trees, yeah.
Going back to where we were talking about right now. It's just, if anybody has an idea of what Eltano is, this is the perfect meme for him. Again, Damien is the creator of Cardano trees, and then just Eltano and his 150 beautiful trees. That's the relationship. And then I like going back to the whole community thing. It's fun to kind of reach out to people, but this interaction yesterday blew me, like it was funny as hell to me. Again, Jordan Belfort.
Oh yeah.
Gonna buy some NFTs tonight. What should I get? You know, I kind of shouted out, everybody needs Cardano trees in their life. Just ask Eltano. And then he just responds, we literally need trees to fucking breed, Jordan. If you want to continue living, I highly suggest you get some Cardano trees. Let's fucking go. And then everybody in the tree court just fucking started dying on that. And it went viral inside its own little Discord on that. But it's just funny. And I'm assuming he's going to continue to grow, and everybody's going to get to know Eltano in all these Discords. So I just had to share him. That was a funny moment. And
I think there too, they were saying, like, does he have a Twitter? Everyone was trying to find his Twitter handle at first, and then someone finally found it. I'm sure he got a ton of followers just from these two interactions and things he's doing. So he's pretty funny.
Yeah, it just goes to show you when, it's like a fun community. It's real tight knit, but at the same time, everybody's still having fun. And again, everybody knows each other. Like you said, there's that tree part of that Discord that you may not know anybody knows about Cardano trees. He posts something in there and boom, the chat just lights up. And it's just like everybody is involved in so many of these little projects. And again, that's why I think this community is, like I said, very small, but very big at the same time. And then moving on, I don't know about you guys, but we can kind of talk about, some of these exclusive clubs and promos that are starting to develop now that some of the mints for these NFTs have launched on these big projects. What people are offering to extend utility to other people, and then also group up and build communities around them. And I think TJ and you guys actually saw it yesterday and had no idea even about me, but the CNFTcon. If you want to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, coming up this Friday. I didn't realize until you said it today. I guess I just missed it with everything going on recently that you had actually bought one of the passes for it. And then just seeing what they did on, even the floor price of them today was crazy. But I did not know you had done that.
Yeah, I think
you almost bought two, right?
I almost bought. Well, the thing was, I don't remember who I stumbled across that actually had I don't know what it was from, presented by BuffyBot on there, and I went to the website CNFT the con on that. And they said they had 150 ADA legacy pass, and there was 2,500 of them being minted. And I looked at it and I was like, something about me is just telling me to buy this thing, because I don't know what other than it's going to offer me some NFT drops right now and a pass to this CNFTcon, which I didn't know anything about at the time. I'm going to buy it. I just have a feeling. So I bought it, and 4 days passed, and all of a sudden yesterday they dropped one of their first NFT collabs with YummiUniverse. And as soon as they posted that, everybody just went boom, and that thing sold out in a matter of hours.
I think that's when I started seeing it more too, was yesterday, like you're talking about. I started seeing more and more people posting about that.
It blew up because people it got the exposure, which I think it didn't have as much right at the time, but it is being hosted by some of these community members right now. And they do have they got this, again, this conference that now is all virtual this year. But if you buy that pass, it gives you granted access to next year's CNFTcon, and that is going to be in Las Vegas. So
that's awesome,
and they're building for the future for right now. So I was telling you guys, hey, if this thing goes well, we do really well. I would love to go out there to Vegas and maybe meet some of our fans, community members. Who knows? Maybe I'll look back a year from now and we'll see where we're at.
That would be very cool.
Yeah, they're doing some cool things. They got some cool interviews lined up with Yummi, Cardania, Drunken Dragon Games, Cardano Waifus.
I saw the Yummi one is on Friday when it kicks off. It's the 22nd, 23rd, 24th. So it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
I saw the Yummi interview would be on Friday.
Yeah, they're doing, I think on Saturday, they're introducing Fidukin on that, and a bunch of other people inside the community. And
Claymates on Sunday, and unsigned algorithm.
Yeah, Cardano. They got Dead Pixels. Yeah, Sunday's definitely a jam-packed day too with some big projects. So, and Beyond Rockets is another favorite of mine too.
I mean, that's pretty cool for next week. You kind of tell us about like what you saw and what you watched when you go and see all these interviews and stuff this Friday, or this weekend, I should say.
Yeah, dude, it's going to be sick that the community is developing like this. And again, you're going to get your flippers that are flipping this pass right now for whatever 600-700. I saw 800 ADA that people are buying these for, which you're always going to have flippers in this industry. It is an exclusive pass. But I mean, at the end of the day, most of these people are going to be probably utilizing it for the benefits that it's going to give them. So it's cool to see that these things are developing, and you may look back and it's like, dang, you're a legacy pass holder. That's awesome. And how did you were there at the beginning of this. So it's cool to see those things start to develop. And
you said it's only 2,500 that were that are minted.
Yeah.
So that's only even crazier.
Yeah, it really wasn't.
And
a
they were
large
158 a piece too. I mean, it wasn't.
It wasn't a no joke. It wasn't
like
a low joke mint.
Yeah. Because it went for a couple days even. I think the hype was low enough early on. It didn't just sell out instantly, even for only 2,500.
I think I bought it maybe like a couple hours after it had launched, and I think I'm past number like 474. I think out of the 2,500. So it really. I was looking. I was keeping an eye on it too. The after the couple of days, it'd be like sell out. Like shit, did I just waste my money? Like what, and then all of a sudden, as soon as they posted that Yummi collab, boom, like it just sold out. Everybody was into it after that.
It comes with quite a bit. I mean,
so here is the actual legacy pass itself. And again, it celebrates the 2,500 minted, 150 ADA. Benefits include exclusive NFT airdrops during every CNFTcon event. In 2020 alone, pass holders will receive at least a dozen CNFTcon exclusive NFTs, exclusive access to the 2,500 Club and the Buffy Bot publishing Discord server, early access and discounts to purchase tickets for all future CNFTcon events, and then more benefits that are still coming out. So
I like it said plural tickets, so you can get us tickets next year. It's a little cheaper.
Yeah, right. Hey, I got your inside access, dude.
There you go.
I'll be your plug. I got you.
Well, and you can see there's a ticket above that, isn't that?
Yeah, this is the actual
there's
ticket
a ticket
itself,
which I like a lot too.
Yeah,
it's in that his art style stays similar. I like it a lot.
So yeah, speaking of that is also done by Aeonium. We're gonna say this every time.
AeoniumskyAeoniumsky
I butchered it last week when we were in our podcast, and it was aeoniumsky. He's always aeoniumsky to me.
Yeah,
I literally went into the Discord chat today and I was like, guys, what is the phonetic pronunciation of this stuff? And someone came back and was like, aeoniumsky. AeoniumSky is how it's pronounced. And then somebody just actually posted inside the Discord. I have it up here. He's like, actually, I think the real pronunciation is this. And he came over here and was like, aeoniumsky. So I have no idea. And he's going to remain a mystery to me. And I think I may just roll back to aeoniumsky. Yeah, aeoniumsky. He might be my boy. Yeah. So, but anyway.
What'd you call him?
AngelBabyHitSquad.
AngelBabyHitSquad. His artwork though,
so I like
I don't know.
Though. It actually looks like it has a cool look to it, even though it's just kind of supposed to be a ticket and represents getting the 12 airdrops and the other gifts and stuff like that. But it also and then he did the awards, I guess, as well, because they're going to be awarding some people at the actual CNFTcon. So I'll be curious to see what those look like, and I guess they'll drop those awards into their wallets.
They're looking to do different categories for next year, but it's definitely going to be CNFT Person of the Year. It's going to be presented or sponsored by aeoniumsky. I'm going to say that every time. aeoniumsky. It's going to be my go-to guy.
What was his name again?
AngelBabyHitSquad. I don't know why it's so hard to say, but his artwork is dope, and you can't argue that at all.
Francisco, that's fun to say.
And just so we're back onto the part of dropping one more thing, I'd like to share this with you guys. This is the Legacy Pass airdrop for Yummi that they announced yesterday that spawned that whole conversation.
That's awesome. So when do you actually get those NFT drops or the airdrops? Is it throughout the weekend, or is it before it actually happens, or you're not sure?
I'm not sure. That I think some of this stuff is going to happen throughout the event itself, and then they may drop stuff over the following months. Is kind of what I'm getting out of the from Twitter from them.
Yeah.
But they also they announced this one with Yummi, and then they just announced one today with Sushi Bites as well. Let me see if this one's up here. Yeah. So this is another one of the airdrops from Sushi Bites. So
that's cool.
All right.
So it seems, they're starting to predict. Obviously, this one's Halloween themed right here, so I'm assuming it's definitely going to be released this weekend as this gets going. But yeah, man, this is some super cool stuff that's going on out there.
What are some of the drops that you're looking forward to this week or into next week a little bit?
I think we were transitioning some of this stuff in our topics, and there's so many that we're looking at, right? But if I had to condense these things, we're kind of starting to do like my top 3 projects right now that I know that I'm excited for is one that's actually dropping tomorrow. And I know we're recording this on a Wednesday on October 20th. But tomorrow, the GrumpyBunny, I was salty as hell when that dropped, because I think there was 100 of them that had dropped on the series, 100 or 150. I'm sorry on that. and I went to go mint it on launch day, and I was on my NAMI wallet. I was ready. Normally I never lose on that thing. For some reason, I got it refunded instantly on that drop, and I was like,
were you trying to do it at work, or you at home when you trying doing it?
I can't remember where I was. I was on my NAMI wallet. I know that. But where I was, but when I was doing it, I got refunded instantly. And I was like, damn, man, there's really that many people who want this GrumpyBunny. And I looked at it, and it was like 120 on the secondary market at the time. And I was like, I'll wait for it to go down a little bit. Fast forward a few days, and the floor is like 980 ADA. And I'm like,
gosh.
And so their Discord's really good. Their social engagement's really good. And so my next chance of getting into the GrumpyBunny before season 2 is tomorrow morning. They're doing their Halloween drop, and they're doing 300 NFTs with 3 different variations of them.
It's only 300. I didn't realize that.
Oh,
it's an early one.
So yep. So it's 8:30 a.m. for us. So I don't know if I'm gonna have to load up data lists or what I'm gonna do tomorrow, but we're gonna try to get into the GrumpyBunny club over there, because I'm always there watching their Twitter, watching all this stuff. I'm like, I really want to get in there. So here's my opportunity for tomorrow. So that's definitely one that I am looking forward to. Another big one that I really am excited for, because it dials me back into like the old video game days of like Zelda, is Wraith CNFT. I'm actually going to share my screen on this one too as well, just to show you guys. This artwork right here is super dope to me. It's so simple that it's like I don't know, that old video game style stuff, but he's got these things themed and animated, and
it's like the little ghost in Super Mario Brothers from the Super Nintendo days.
That's what it reminds me of. That's why I love it.
Yeah.
It's just those games like dungeon crawlers and stuff, but
dude,
before it was 3D graphics, it looks great.
Yeah, it's so simple what he's doing, but at the same time, it's refreshing artwork, and it's like, these animated profile pic worlds. Like I can totally and will totally be rocking this thing right here, because I actually was lucky enough to win a giveaway part of that as well, over on my side.
You won two, right?
Yeah, it was actually a combination. I can think, if I go back and get out of this, I can show you guys on my background here, because I do have this. He gave me 2 of them, but I'll show you the one. It was based on a resig itself. Let's see if I could get out of the way here. But yeah, so there was this. He did that one based off I forget which unsig it was that he owned, and then he did another one that was a black background and just flipped with the ghost itself like that. So that thing is super dope, and I'm fortunate enough to get in on that. I'm definitely looking forward to that drop next week. And again, it's still a small community. He's dropping next Wednesday on October 27th. Date, I think, as of right now, is still to be determined, but I will definitely be minting that as well. And then lastly, again, we were just talking about it, but aeoniumsky. I'm working on getting that aeoniumsky. His block 8 drop, or not her, I don't know, anonymous, but that's probably one of the coolest stories in the CNFT world right now is that block drop that he's doing, because it's just all about the artwork. That artwork is high quality. The gifts on that are amazing. The treasure hunts, the puzzles that they do for that is awesome. And again, there's series 1. I think there's 24 blocks that they're doing, and they're on block number 8 right now. And I think every 2 weeks they're launching, and it's like 22 ADA. He's launching these things for, in the secondary market at one point was selling, I think block 1's selling for like 5,000 ADA at one point.
So that's a good deal,
dude. It's basically making one giant picture.
Yeah, that'll be Sunday. You said?
This is going to be this Sunday coming up on Eastern Standard Time at 6 o'clock. So that's the 24th. So those are my top 3 right now this week that I think I'll keep my eye on, and obviously we have some others. But TJ, what are you looking at?
I mean, I'm looking forward to that Lion Legends one. It's a 3D art. I'll share it real quick. It looks really cool. They're only minting 5,555 of them. Mint price is it's more expensive than the ones you usually spend on. It's 55 ADA, and it drops at 1 p.m. on Friday. I'm gonna share my screen here for a second. But they I don't know, they're a little different to me. Can you guys see that okay, or is it a black screen?
Yeah, no, it looks good.
I don't know. They remind me of an Ethereum type of picture, right? I mean, they're a little different. They're not just a basic cartoon to me.
The 3D artwork,
Yeah.
It does look very clean. And again, when I first heard about this and saw it, I was like, not another one of these things that are getting out there. But
no, they're very active with their community though too. They do giveaways. They had like trivia night and stuff. So they are very good, involved with their community. They don't just say, oh, here's the date, this is how you get it, and that's it. No, they're very, very involved with their community on this one.
Nice. Yeah. You've got me kind of eyeing that right now. I may end up wanting to go for one of those things as well.
Yeah, look at that. Only, like I said, only 5,000 of them.
5,000 makes it a little more
exclusive,
enticing, right? Yeah. So
exactly.
it's like, it's not just a 10,000 drop. And the next one too is the what is it? The CamelClub one. I really like those ones. I'm actually on the pre-sale for that. And these ones look really good as well, in my opinion, of course. I mean, of course, the cartoon pictures, right? But I think they're a little different and they're a little more unique as well. They're also very involved.
I know you're talking about that. Did I just see balls on his chin?
Yeah, we're really fast. Drake right there. But they only have 8,000.
I'm glad you said that. I missed that the first time. They have a couple cool masks on there, like Bane and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, those actually look dope, TJ.
And the roadmap of this one is kind of cool too, because they're donating 20% of their proceeds to the, Children's Hospital, Wild Camel Protection. So they're doing things for other communities in general. They got split 3% royalties between holders and the creators. They got a lot of big plans. And
they got a camel Pokemon game, huh?
Yeah. So those are the ones that I'm really excited for. I'm probably going to, especially this one, like I said, because I'm in the pre-sale on that one.
Gotcha.
I'm definitely going to get on that one. And ones that I'm very interested in, or not interested in, I just came across them. I didn't do really any research on them yet. This one is called the AdaApocalypse. And you know me, big Breaking Bad fan. So as soon as I saw Heisenberg, I was like, I have to get it. 100%. I have to get that. So that one looks, I'm going to do a little more research on that one. That one looks really good as well. And the Wild Warriors, they look pretty cool too. They're just something different. Now I have to do a little more research on it. Like I said, I just came across it and I was like, oh, it looks kind of cool. I'll send it on. I'll share that today. But the drops for Lion Legends happens Friday, and the camels, where they drop again? I think it's the 20th.
Next Wednesday.
Yeah, but I think for me it's the 26th. So let me see here. 25th. Oh, 20. It start. Yeah, 25th. It starts for the pre-sale to the 26th. It's a full 24 hours that I have a chance to get it, and then the actual drop for everybody is the 27th.
Nice. All right. But how about you, Tom? What do you got your eye on?
I've been looking at the Wraith since you've won that giveaway, just because I like the art on that one. Because there's a lot of, you see a lot of projects that kind of come in with the pixel art, and that's the only one so far I've really would want to buy myself. So I'm excited about that one because it's actually coming up. I mean, that one's next Wednesday too.
Yeah, next Wednesday. TBD.
So next Wednesday will be a little bit busy. I think it might have been last week when we were talking before or during the episode, the VuduBrigada one you were showing us kind of has similar to the Lion one too. It almost has that, like the texture of the art is like almost like that clay kind of like look to it, like, on top of the 3D. Well, it's 3D, but you know what I mean? It almost looks like it still has that like clay look, like the Claymates and things like that.
It's almost like they're sewn on, like nice textured. Yeah. I like to look at those as well.
Those are cool.
They seem to be doing like if you actually look at like their website and stuff, a lot of projects will get websites, but they put like a lot of work and time into. You can just tell it's not just a generic. They put a couple pictures up. The other one is a little far away still, is the equine one. But that'll be December, but I am still excited about that. Yeah, that'd be the only different one that I'm looking forward to, and just following to see, the updates of when the dates actually get released and more information as it develops.
Did you see the new horse that they had posted, the demon horse on Equine?
I did. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, I think that is going to be one of those staple projects right now that, in December, especially because I believe that this space right now is growing very fast. And again, 2 months from now, I can imagine where we're going to be at. So when that thing drops, you're going to have everybody's eye on it. And we may have smart contracts in a marketplace to actually launch those with. So who knows? So that could be something cool to see, or groundbreaking things. That is, I'm wondering how the first mint is that's going to be introduced with smart contracts, where it won't be a race to send your address in. And send ADA out to it.
Nice.
That's nice and also scary too, because now everybody's on more of a level playing field.
Right.
So right now it is like the dataless users, the NAMI in certain cases, and others are beating out some of the Yoroi. If you have Yoroi right now, God bless you. I don't know how you mint anymore. I can barely send an NFT. I had to move all my NFTs out of my Yoroi because it was crashing. It was literally unusable. Yeah.
Where are you holding them now?
I hold mine now in my NAMI wallet for right now. I would put it on my data list, but that's, again, it just sits at the desktop all the time at home, and it takes forever to load it up sometimes. So I just keep them on there.
I know it makes me worried though. Some of these drops that are during the day when I'm working, if you're always going to crash, I'm not going to be able to get it. That's my only.
That's why you got to get an AMI wallet and a Chrome extension, dude. Make another one.
I got to do it.
Yeah.
So that will work mobile on your phone then?
No, actually, I don't know. I have no idea if it'll work or not. You have to be on like maybe the Chrome browser.
Yeah.
Like on the app, and then maybe
you can work around it. I'll have to try it. I'll test
it. Who knows? But yeah. So all right, and then so those are all good projects that I got coming up, and another one which I kind of wanted to speak on real quick, which is launching for this next week, is the infamous and notorious LocoNutz that are dropping on the 22nd now. And I don't know if anybody has been around in the CNFT space over the last 2 months. That project was stemmed from CocoLocos, which were the first infamous, if you want to call them, a rug pull. It was created,
I know you got one of those, right?
Yeah, I got two actually. I minted it on launch day after the second wave of stuff. It went crazy. The only reason I even knew about them at the time was I was actually staking my Cardano. That's how I found out about a lot of the Roy wallet, was through Dan with Crypto Capital Venture. I was staking in a stake pool, and I had followed him on Twitter and saw his videos, and he was like, hey, I'm launching an NFT project, CNFT project. And that was when everything was brand new to me. So I was like, oh, cool. It's like these coconuts, the head things or whatever. All right, whatever. Nothing too like appealing, at least personally to me. I was just looking at them like, okay, whatever. It's another project. Sounds good. I might mint, I might not. And I was like, you know what, I'll show my support. And I went out and minted. I was lucky enough to get one because it sold out instantly. Minted two of them. I think there were 58 at the time.
Wow.
And they were selling like crazy. They were one of the top projects for a few weeks, when they first were out. And I believe there was a gold one with gold glasses that sold, and gold coconuts that sold for like 20,000 ADA on the secondary market.
Jeez.
And then out of the blue, one day, Dan and them said, all right, guys, this was an experiment in the in the NFT world for us. We appreciate everybody's time, or taking their time to work with us, but we're going to be giving the project back to the community, and all the original people who bought in on that, you'll be refunded your ADA back, and we'll let the community take it from here and do what they want. And that just set everything on fire with everybody. It just went.
Like, did you actually get your ADA back?
No, I did. I actually got my 100 ADA back for the two that I had, but I was sitting there kicking myself because I think I had 2 silver. I managed to mint 2 silver on launch day that were valued at 400 ADA each on the market prior to that. And I was like, 800 ADA, that thing's going to the moon. I'm just holding on to those things. Now I think if I try to sell mine, I can sell them for maybe under 100 ADA for both. So the value went crazy on those things. And I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was legal issues, if it was copyright, something happened where they just couldn't move forward with that project. And then the CocoLoco name couldn't actually be taken too when they did give it over to the community. So brand new Discord was started, brand new Twitter was started. And these people had to resurrect this thing from the ground up.
Yeah.
And it was pretty much widely received. It's a meme joke in there. The CocoLocos, it's a big meme joke in the CNFT world. If you have CocoLocos, but they've actually managed to, resurrect some momentum right now.
The new ones look unique. I like the new ones that are coming out.
I think, let me share the screen right here, because I was showing you guys this actual one that they have right here. This is the Halloween themed one. Like, this is one of the LocoNutz themed, like it.
It's awesome.
I'm not gonna lie, awesome. I'd take this any day over the CocoLoco.
Absolutely.
Obviously,
what they used to be.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh my god. Even the base ones. This is just like a base looking one compared to what the other ones were. And again, these look better to me than what was there. So I got early access into this, and I guess they're actually allowed to burn a CocoLoco and a LocoNut to get some 3D version of it that they may customize or may or may not. So,
oh wow,
I feel like I'd be doing myself a disservice. I've already gone this far with my CocoLocos. I got to ride on into the LocoNut scene as well, and just
especially because you basically got them for free, kind of, because you got your ADA back.
Oh yeah. Now, you're still minting these things for what is it, 44 ADA or something like that for these new ones. So it's not like I'm just not paying money into this.
No, I know. I'm saying, but the original ones though, you got your money. So that's like you're basically have the free NFT to trade in for what you were just talking about.
Mm-hmm. So I think I'm gonna jump into it. But that was like the first infamous. Like, if you didn't know back in the day, like that was the first what they called the rug pull of these CNFTs, and it was just so confusing because the momentum was going up, and then all of a sudden it just was like, no, we're not doing this anymore, and everybody was just like, it was so confused at the time. So. again, I don't know if it's legal or what it was, but they moved on, they resurrected that. So we'll see what happens with them going into that community.
Well, I mean, we were talking about with Gingerbread earlier too. It's not the first time we've seen communities do that, so it's kind of cool seeing that and see how it goes. I mean, I guess by the time this comes out, that will have already happened. So I'm curious to see how that goes on Friday. I'll be definitely following that Friday morning.
Oh yeah.
I'll let you guys know. Obviously, we'll get an update going into next week's episode. Yeah, and speaking of going into next week, we got Halloween coming up next weekend. So there's a bunch of these Halloween drops now. It's just, like I said, we're going into seasonal events with NFTs. It's like the first big year for that. So everybody and anybody's doing these. And who other than that we don't have a release date for, but it's definitely the Spoopy release of YummiUniverse.
SpoopySeason, yeah.
SpoopySeason. They just dropped some more teasers and stuff on their website today. And I'm not gonna lie, they look sick.
They definitely keep their community on the edge of their seats by not dropping the date yet.
Oh yeah,
like the official date and time. And we know it's gonna be next week.
Sprinkle a little bit. There you go.
Yeah, it's coming, but we're not gonna tell you when.
Yeah, and I think they created the famous the when drop thing for them. Everybody's just like wondering,
slamming the button.
Yeah, and they made them like Halloween theme with the pumpkin on it, and everybody in the chat just spamming that like when. So yeah, we don't have a mint date for them yet. So their stuff is going to be dropping sometime next week, and I don't know. Is there any other Halloween ones that you guys got your eye on? Obviously, Clay's is another one.
Clay's, of course. I mean, the Yummies, Clay's. Those really were the two that I really am looking forward to that are coming out that I want to get my hands on. Other than that, not really sure.
Well, I remember we talked about it a little last week because Yummi and Clay's are doing different things for their drop. So since this is the first holiday, and also since those projects are already so big and popular, it's not like this is their first drop or anything like that. This is their seasonal drop. I'm curious to see how the two different styles go, because Yummies, you can get as many as you want. They're just 5 ADA, but you have to do it one at a time, and they're only doing 10,000. And then Clay, you only get one. It's a single one for your Clay, right?
They're one to one to the mint. So yeah. So it just is really there. There's a Twitter poll I think also put out there, even asking by Joel Madden from GoodCharlotte. He was like, how many of these things do you think are going to mint? All 10,000? 9,000, 4,000. What do you guys think? And I think it's going to be up there close to like 8,000-9,000 of those things are going to get minted
easily. I think what it comes down to too, some people might not have the 50 ADA.
Right.
To do it.
Yeah, that's not it's a very steep buy-in price just for like a holiday drop on that, right?
Yeah.
But
I mean, honestly, if I had a friend that had it, I mean, like for me, example, I have a Clay, and if I didn't have enough, I would take one of for a group chat, I would say, hey, just give me 50 ADA and I'll send you over this Clay. So I don't want it to go to waste in a sense, this mint. I want it to actually be minted, and I'll just give it to you. I can't afford it right now. You're
generous, dude. I would be like, yo, guys, go half on me with this thing. I'll pay you back double your money whenever I get, I sell this thing off.
Well, I was like Chris with the buddy thing. Like I gave him the code for it. I mean, I couldn't get it at the time, and I just gave it to him pretty much.
Yeah. No, that's one of those high quality drops though, that for sure is going to definitely change the game. I don't know what it's going to do to Clays overall, because some of those are pretty sick looking and they're definitely unique. So it'll be interesting to see what the Clay market does, and if they continue to give any utility to the 10K holders of ClayNation.
I think Mastodon buttons are having a Halloween drop as well. I don't know if it's on Halloween. I don't remember when the date of it. I'm looking forward to that one.
29th, maybe. I think theirs is. I'm big Mastodon buttons fan.
I like those. I got one of those too.
They kind of already have like a Halloween theme,
right?
Don't they? Because they're all kind of like carrying like little like switchblades and knives. And
like even my guys, like the Freddy Krueger claws. Looks like.
Okay, yeah, exactly. Yeah, so they kind of already have that going on for them.
Yeah, they have a dope little lore that was created a little bit also with their community, and so they're definitely one of the ones that I'm keeping an eye on as well. Trying to think of any other Halloween ones that are like big. I know we did actually, was it yesterday, the Put Your Hands Up drop? Put Your Hands Up is such a underrated guy to me. It's just all pixelated art. He was like one of the first guys. I think he was the first giveaway I ever won. One of his band bots got an NFT for free, and I think I ended up selling it for like 258 on the secondary market at the time, and that catapulted me.
That's a great little flip.
Yeah,
it's a great little flip.
Zip and flip, right?
Zip and flip, baby. Let's go.
But that got me started in so many other projects, and that was so early at the time. But I was just like, wait, that's how you can make money in this space. Like you can just get free stuff and sell it for that price. And that's when it kind of dawned on me, like this is not even anywhere near its potential yet. So but yeah, he did his Halloween drop, and his things are sick. I think he's doing numbers up to 0 up to 999 of them, and then I have no idea what's going to happen with that. But I was able to get one of them yesterday, and I think our buddy Liam had got one as well.
Liam got one. Yeah,
those were instant. Yeah, that was it. Game over.
Those sold out real quick.
You said you tried to get one too, Tom. They're already sold out, right?
Mine got refunded.
Yeah.
Well, TJ, you mentioned the Yummi and Buddy collab drop that you gave Chris the code for so that he could buy one. That's the only way you can still use Yoroi, is if it's one of the codes or one of the web pages and you can actually reserve your own spot. That's the only chance you have to get something. Just because you mentioned that earlier, that I don't know what you can do if you have that wallet otherwise, but something like that you can. But like for these Halloween drops, if you have Yoroi and you're trying to get in on one of these drops where it only has a set amount, good luck. That's not happening.
Well, I know I was reading actually an article, I think, or I listened to an update from Charles Hoskinson on where they're at, and they are trying to improve the light version of their wallets right now with the Ada Lite and Yoroi with their Hydra application that's being, or protocol that's being developed right now. So they definitely have that on the forefront of what something to work on, because they know we've outgrown NFTs, have outgrown where they're at currently, but I think it's only 16 kilobytes or whatever it is on per block.
Well, not only that though, too, I think it crashes though, because I think I don't know the actual user number for all these applications and stuff, but I know that it's the only mobile one. So for me, I'm going to always try to use that one because it's a mobile one. So I would assume a lot of people have the same idea as I do to use that because it is mobile. So that's what I'm thinking why it crashes a lot, because a lot of people are using it on their phones.
I just think it can't download enough of the network at once is really what it is. It taps into the network when it needs to, but when a network is congested and clogged like that, it just breaks. There's nothing you can do with it. So that is definitely something that as Cardano itself, the ecosystem and the blockchain improves, that only is going to get better too. So it's kind of funny that the one thing that's pushing it forward right now is the NFTs, the demand for that stuff. So so next week I think we'll definitely focus on some more of these drops. Maybe we'll get a date next week, maybe not, who knows, with Yummies. The ClayNation is definitely something too, and then maybe jump in some Twitter spaces this next week. I know I got to get you guys into some of that stuff, start connecting with some of these different content creators, because again, these podcasts are one thing in this space, but it seems Twitter spaces, everybody's starting to make the move there to be able to connect and engage with them. So
Tuesday, right? They're having another one Tuesday night. Tuesday afternoon.
Real Talk is the name of the thing.
I see the Cardano and coffee on every morning almost.
Dude, they're always on too. So I would love for us at one point, as if people, support us, we're able to get to over 600 followers, I believe it is, on Twitter, then we can actually host our own spaces.
That'd be awesome.
That would be cool. That'd be something for us to aspire to one day, to be able to do that and interact with our fans and different artists. And then, because we always talk about wanting to interview these people. So that may be a good way for us to get get out there and get to talk to some of these guys as well.
Absolutely.
But and give some people too, if you're actually watching, the chance to interact with them also, while we're talking to them, ask some questions. That's why I like the one, the recaps I've seen of the ones they do Tuesday is everyone being able to have the chance to get in there. Like you said, you even had, I think, your hand raised.
Oh yeah. I think I got requested on there, and they were like, "Hey, you know what?
You're at the end too. It gets a little
Joel Madden was in that chat and just chatting with everyday guys like us that were just like, hey, we're all talking about these NFTs right now, and it's just crazy that you have that kind of access to these guys, right? And all these celebrities that are on TV, they're just like us that are doing these things. Yeah, man, I think for today, that's pretty much a lot what we got going on. And again, we're pressing this thing forward. We're looking to improve. You can see we're all a little more synced up this time. I got the backgrounds, we got the logos, everything that's starting to come together. We're starting to interact with the community. So we appreciate all the support for anybody who has watched our test episode, our episode 0. And now this coming out there. We appreciate any of the artists too that are shouting us out, and shouts out to Artaphakt and shouts out to Resigned for retweeting us and promoting us out there. So thank you guys for that. And we do appreciate your support. And again, hope you guys one day we will be able to, maybe interview or talk with you guys on this podcast as well. But
it's just cool seeing the NFT space at the Cardano one do that, because the only reason you even brought them up last week is just because you have their art. You're just a fan. There was nothing beyond that. And
no,
same seeing them retweeted. They just kind of checked it out because hey, their name was mentioned. They ended up enjoying it. So it's cool seeing that everyone, kind of helps each other. I mean, you see it across all the projects too, so it's nice to see
the collabs and everything. I think it's the community is great for that.
Oh, I did. I mentioned one today. I've been watching the Low Poly project for so long on Twitter today, and he did a drop, and I guess his account on Twitter got hacked or something, so he made a new one called Legit Low Poly, and he did a collab today with Cardano Robin. And I've been watching him too. I think he's in the Discord for the Lovelace CNFT, the aeoniumsky that I'm in as well. But the two of them did a mint today, and I jumped in and said, "Hey guys, I appreciate it. I bought one," and they're like, "Hey, we both of them automatically reacted and said thank you. We appreciate it, retweeted it." It's just like that direct access you have, and it's just like, I appreciate your art. They appreciate the support, and it goes both ways. It's pretty cool to see. And then I think maybe I'll save it for next week. For me, is the Lovelace CNFT. They've got a lot going on, and I'd like to give them a little more time probably on this show to shout them out.
Sure, absolutely.
We'll see how this CNFTcon goes this week, and it'll be my first time hearing some of the creators and stuff speak that I think are doing some interviews. So I'm excited for that, but otherwise excited for next week's show too.
Next week's show and the Halloween drops. Cannot wait.
Exactly.
Halloween drops, and yeah guys, so appreciate it. Episode 1 officially out again, and thank you guys, Freedom 35ers, CNFT podcast. We appreciate all the support, and we'll see you guys out there next week.
Freedom 35, baby.